Hello, and welcome back to our Japanese 1890 campaign, Rise of the Dragon. I appreciate everyone who's been keeping up and uh, following along, and even if you're new here, I appreciate you too. So, currently, we are still building ships. We got about a year before we can start designing our new heavy cruisers that we've been talking about for probably several episodes at this point. By the time we get the design finished, it'll probably be like a 3-month design. So we'll start it uh, 1 year from now in October, probably, unless things can change. But it'll take like 3 months to finalize the design. And at that point, these submarines will be finished, and we'll have a good idea of what our budget will look like. In the meantime, that'll increase our funds, our treasury, our bank, and that'll give us a buffer so that if we want to build an extra heavy cruiser, we'll be able to afford it long term. Now, one thing I did want to keep up on is this here as well, the base upgrade essentially. And the only real reason we want to keep track of that is we want to observe the invasion range, see if it increases with the increase for the size of the base itself. So that should be happening in September. Here we go. Let's save the game as always and push on. So our battleships are finishing their workups. Nothing big happening. We do have some tension with Britain, and hopefully that will go down. China is doing a rearmament program. Now, normally, I'm pretty happy to get some budget out of that, but like the last year or so, our unrest was going up a lot, so I don't want to risk getting our unrest up again. So we're just going to go with tension for China. But hopefully our tension with Britain will go down due to the war having finished. Well, maybe not. Germany and Russia are at each other's throats. Let's see if Russia can actually handle Germany one-on-one instead of 3 or 4-on-1 or whatever it was. Yeah, I mean, we're getting some increases here with tensions. Weird increases with Italy, even though we have different government types, I guess. Well, there's the budget we didn't actually want. Um, we'll be, you know what? They'll suffer the consequences. I'm not giving up any more prestige right now unless it's for something good. So here's our new float plane. It is a nice improvement overall. The range is good. So we can go with this here has the best range. The speed is on par with that one. Uh, yeah, we'll take it. We'll lose a lot of toughness, but that's fine, whatever. I don't see us using float planes a lot anyway. Tensions with Russia are going up. I mean, they have 7 battleships, 7 battle cruisers. I was going to say, if it's just 7 battleships, we could handle that. It'd really depend on how good their battle cruisers are. But I'm not particularly afraid of Russia right now. It's just that we have nothing to gain by fighting them. Like, there's nothing we can take from them other than reparations. So if they want to pick a fight, they can. However, they might have an ally, so we need to check that. So that's the Royal Sovereigns. At least we're seeing armor stats finally. This is an older design, 1908. They're just refitting it. Okay. Let's see if they have any allies. Russia has no allies, so it'd be a pretty quiet war, I think, but it's one we could win. But again, we have nothing really to gain from it. The best thing that could happen probably would be lots of rebellions. There we go. That's one of them. This is exactly what I was going to say. One of the best things that could happen would be the alliance breaks up between Britain and France. Um, no, we're not. We're not blowing up one of their ships. And the other great thing that could happen would be Britain or France to have no allies and get into a fight with one of these, either Germany or Italy or Russia or something, and then we could jump in and, as we typically do, just gang up on someone while they're weak. So let's compare our dock sizes. 50,000 for Germany, 49,000 for Britain. We are falling behind on that. We could do that for 12 months. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Oh, Russia has gone communist. It's about that time where governments are changing. We might have a chance to go a little bit fascist ourselves, which would mean a lot more money for us. So we get better. There we go. So purpose-built aircraft carriers. Now this is going to sound crazy, but I feel like we want our heavy cruisers before we want purpose-built aircraft carriers. And again, the reasoning for that is that aircraft right now are not great. They can go out, they can scout, they can attempt to make some bombing runs. They might, score a hit or two here and there, but they're not fantastic. I think upgrading our heavy cruisers is more valuable. We have two light carriers if we need them. Like if it comes down to it, we have two of those. And we have this thing, we can even throw it in. Like this thing's meant for the scrapyard soon, but we'll throw it into the 4th division. So it's there. I mean, we technically have a carrier, like a full-size one. There, and savings on the hull. Yeah, there's a lot of rebellions. Lots of rebellions going on. We're getting closer to the point where we can start designing our stuff. 18 more destroyers. Now that's a problem because our unrest is going up again due to the budget. So we'll sacrifice some prestige. That's why we save it up to get our budget down a little bit. So this is the improved torpedo bomber, which is a nice improvement, really. We gain a decent speed, a little bit more range, more firepower, more toughness. So yeah, we'll take it. Always. Always good. So this guy here, who's below average, is improving with age. So I wonder how he was before he improved. Must not have been that great. Oh boy. Looks like we get a budget increase no matter what we do here. So we'll go for the option with the lower tension. I'm not a big fan of the budget increase. I wish there was a option to avoid budget increases like in every dialogue. That would be pretty cool. All right. Well, advanced directors would be good for our Akis, or our Tangos, I mean. So that would take, what, 3 months to upgrade? So we can do that now before we start the program for the cruisers. Yeah, it's 3 months. Go ahead and slap those on. The Tangos are our current Death Stars, so we do want them upgraded. Nope, we're going for the one with Spain. There's some prestige. There's the reloads for the deck-mounted torpedo tubes. We need to upgrade our NACAs at some point. We have a lot that needs to be done, and okay. Now we weren't quite able to reach the French flag there. So let's take a look and see. Huh. I guess it didn't make a difference. All right. Well, that's an interesting thing to know. It's just weird that this one up here seems so large by comparison with the same technology. I don't know. Kind of weird. Anyway, these are this whole system, this whole set of ships is almost done. These are just about done, so we'll wait one more month and then we'll start designing the heavy cruiser. Um, this is the one where we lose budget. Let's sacrifice a prestige in order to avoid raising tensions. Tensions could very well go up on their own. And I haven't really seen them going down. Typically, after a war, you get that message where it's like, hey, tensions are going down because of the war is over. Right, here we go. Heavy cruiser. We've been talking this up. This should be kind of cool. So we wanted it to be not quite this big, right? Maybe 13,000 tons. 10-inch guns are a bit much. We're getting rid of the torpedoes. So the Tone class had 8-inch guns, but we do get a penalty for having smaller than 9-inch guns. Or will we? I guess they get rid of that. I guess we have a technology where we don't have the rate of fire penalty for having less than 9-inch guns. Okay. Well, let's get rid of the center line. I don't like center line guns now that we have superimposed. So we'll get rid of that one. Okay. So that gets rid of the uh, blast effects. Okay, that gives us some nice secondary battery there. These are doubles as well. The Tone had all forward guns, but we're not going to do that. What we are doing is adding a seaplane hangar, and we're going to add 3 float planes. The Tone also went like over 30 knots. This won't be even possible. We want more ammunition. And we're way over our topside limit. What can we add on here? Can't add any more armor. So 5-inch armor, it's decent. It'll stop some secondary shots, but that's about it. That gives us 8-inch guns. That gives us a nice battery of essentially 18. So yeah, 18 guns. Hang on, let's get rid of some of these. Hang on. We got to do these in pairs because they're double mounts. So 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Well, that would be all right as well. but we're going over our limit again. What if we go up by 500 tons? Doesn't quite get us there. Will it let us go faster? It won't. 14,000 is a little bit more than we hoped for. We hoped for about 12,000 out of these, but I don't think it makes that big of a difference in terms of like money requirements and time requirements. We're at 2 years to finish these either way. We're to get rid of probably some medium guns and some light AA. We'll go down by 300 tons. That gives us 42 tons weight remaining. Is there anything we want to improve on here? Just the tertiary guns are so tiny. There's so few of them. We could do that, but we go over our top side limit. So do we go back up to 14,000? That would put us, but we have so much weight remaining. That's the problem. I think the problem is that our AA batteries up top are taking up too much space. We could do more ammo. And do we increase the armor to 5.5? We could. We go down by 100 tons. No, we can't. That's a big problem. So this is basically what the final design looks like. We could go a couple more tertiaries. There. That leaves us with 66 tons left for future upgrades. Okay, that's something to consider. We can take off some of the secondaries and do unit machinery, which will keep us going. Sorry, I gotta clear my throat. It'll keep us going in the event that we take a engine hit. So what we've done is we've increased the speed by 1. We've added some belt armor. We gave ourselves unit machinery. We have more secondaries. We have more tertiaries. We could go with one more light AA. And what if we go down? We can't. Okay, that leap from 14,000 down to 13.9 is like a big deal apparently. So we'll put this at like 190 for ammo. And a little bit more ammo for the main guns. We go with like 240 for the tertiaries because they're really fast. And that leaves us with exactly what we need for topside. That leaves us with 3 float planes. So what we changed from the initial design was we went up a little bit because it was like 13 something. We got rid of the torpedoes. We added some float planes. I think we added some secondaries. I can't remember if we actually started with 16 at this point. We lowered the main gun caliber. We got rid of a turret, but we added on speed, unit machinery. We made it more speedy and hopefully survivable by adding on a little bit of belt armor. And that's just about it. Torpedo defense would be crazy. All right. So I think this is our design. So it has less torpedo protection than it's supposed to, but we're going to call this the Tone class. Yep, this will do. Look, I'm pretty happy with this. Yeah, this isn't bad. And it's somewhat affordable. Like it's not cheap. It's 22,000 per month. But we could probably build at least 4 of these. I'm not a huge fan of having less torpedo protection. but we had to make sacrifices somewhere. And this thing hopefully won't be eating torpedoes. It'll kill anything that can launch torpedoes before it gets within range, hopefully. Oh, integral armor. What to redesign the Tone. Maybe we can save some weight. Unrest is still kind of fluctuating there a little bit. All right, what's our new naval patrol craft look like? This is an improvement, basically in every way, so we'll take it. Keep going. 12 submarines. There's weight saving and machinery. That's big. The rebellions are going all over the place. So let's rework the design. Oh yeah, look at that. We've saved 100, like close to 100 tons probably on this. So what could we do? Could we add in that torpedo defense? What if we go up by one? There. You know what? The monthly cost went down. It was like 22 something, wasn't it? 22? So this is going to cost us it's a 50% change. It's going to cost us some more time to redesign this, but I think it's worth it. We go up by 100 tons, but we add in torpedo defense and the price of the oh, it goes up by okay, hang on. That's why it changes. That's why, because it takes longer, 1 month longer, so the price gets spread out a little bit more. But I think one extra month is worth it for the torpedo defense. So that's essentially what we get from that machinery weight and the other design streamlining. So, wow, it still has less protection. I guess it can go all up to 3. And then watch, we'll get that. There's like a bulbous uh, bow technology that we're close to unlocking. All right. I don't know about this decision. I feel like this might make us corrupt potentially, but we get gunnery research. Let's do it. Get something good out of it. Our Mitsubishi Scion is becoming a mechanic's dream. I wonder which one that is. That is our float plane scouts. Oh, it has good reliability. As opposed to our fighter, our current fighter has poor reliability. So that's something we need to look into remedying here. The Brits want to buy something from us. So this is my view on this. They're a rival, but they're so advanced, they're going to unlock this soon anyway. So we may as well take the money now and not risk making them mad. See, this is the bulbous bow. So it doesn't look like it's going to go on the Tone. So let's go ahead and see how many of these we can build. We can build 4 at least. Yeah, so everything is, we're not working on anything right now. Um, we are working on some construction apparently. We must be working on upgrading a base somewhere. So let's just go ahead and build 4 of those then. All right, nice. That is the Tone. It'll be done in 2 years. New docks. Oh, that's what we were working on. So this is what the British light carriers look like. Fast, around 30 aircraft. That's pretty standard. All right. And the longer we put off designing our own carriers, the more technologies we'll unlock. So let's compare their heavy cruiser, which is faster than ours. So they also have eight-inch guns. They have heavier secondaries, but less of them. What's the difference, really? I mean, ours has torpedo protection. That's probably the main difference. And ours has a little bit more armor. So they've traded speed for armor, essentially. I'd like to see those two ships duel it out. That'd be kind of fun. Ooh, there's some tension with Russia going up. Again, they're not like a huge threat to us. We'd rather not to go to war with them if we didn't have to, but let's build another Tone class. Well, hang on. Let's check out our Corvettes. So 1922. All right, so these are really old designs. This is something I was thinking about between episodes here. Or unrest is also just shooting up. Um, yeah, so this is something I was thinking about between episodes was getting new Corvette class because there have been a lot of advancements made since when these were first designed. So while we have a little bit extra money, let's go ahead and look into that. So let's get rid of that low freeboard. We can give them minesweeping gear. We can increase the size to 1500 so we can go with colonial fits on these. And we're not really worried about armor. We want speed so these things can run away. Do we care about fire control? Not really. These ships are meant to run away. Does that change the cost? It does a little bit. Yeah, it changes it a little bit. I mean, at least it could shoot back if it needs to. What do we do? Centerline guns? That changes the price a little bit as well. Here I am talking about how they just need to run away, and now I'm fitting them out as if they want to fight. So 250 essentially per month to build these. Or I get rid of some of the guns and get rid of the armor. It's down to 205. Okay. So we save about 50 per month, which means for every for every 4 of these we would have built, we can build one more now. I'm okay with that. They're just Corvettes. I mean, they're not meant to be anything particularly special. They do have the mines. They have the minesweeping gear. They got depth charge stuff, and they're colonial. That's essentially all we need from them. So we'll go ahead and hang on. We need to change the name. Something something Maru. We'll go with Automare Maru. And go for it. All right, so we need to look for some way to get our unrest down. Oh, our Oboro class are starting to become obsolete. Let's not pick a fight with France. Germany stealing from us. We're not giving up our prestige. We'll go a little bit of tension with Germany. That's fine. Alrighty. So we can build like 5 of these at a time. We could build like 9. Let's build 10, and even 10. We can be at a minus 600 deficit for a little while. Yes, this is the fighter. So we want reliability now, and we'll take speed for the fighter. We want it to be able to get off the ground, and we want it to get to the enemy. So since the Oboros are becoming obsolete, we're going to have to look into either modernizing them with like engine refits and stuff, or just building a whole new class. I'm more in favor of refitting them than building a new class, but we'll have to see what we can do with them. The French are very advanced, so we'll sell to them. Again, they'll develop this on their own soon enough. We may as well get money for it. And we stole that technology anyway, the super heavy AP. And airships, who cares? This is a privately designed fighter craft. We're not going to take it, mainly because the stats on it are awful. But we're also building our own new one anyway. We're designing a new one. Okay. Oh, one more thing I wanted to do before we end this episode. I wanted to get rid of our airship bases. So we'll get rid of both of those. So we're currently at minus 303. We got to, so we're saving like 400 per month by doing that. That's enough to build two Corvettes if we wanted to. So we'll go actually build a couple more. They're building like four more. And yeah, the Oboros are becoming obsolete. Anyway, not a whole lot happened this episode. Ooh. But, it's a solid foundation. We're getting things done. We're still behind in dock size. We may have to look into that in the future here, but we're not building any gigantic ships right now anyway. So again, if you're still here, I appreciate you so much, and I'll see you next time, and sail safely out there.